Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Monday morning. I am so not used to ever filming on Monday morning, but in fact, although I am working today, it's a relatively relaxed day. I've just got meetings by Zoom and Teams and so on and so forth. So I'm having a more relaxing start to the working week than I almost ever have. So I thought I would try and catch up with filming some videos because I'm way behind on showing the things that I've bought recently, and even a few of you have contacted me to see how I am. I'm absolutely fine, thank you very much. Still a few tiny effects, I think, after having COVID, but nothing too terrible, just kind of fits of tiredness and fogginess that I know some people have described they have afterwards. They're really weird, but nothing too strange to get excited about. But I have been very busy, and I just haven't got round to filming, so I want to try and put that right today. One of the releases, was it earlier this month? I think it was right at the beginning of the month, was the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks and lip liners. And I didn't buy, well, I bought, as you can see, 4 of the lip liners, but several of them, I think 3 were to go with lipstick. No, I think 2 were to go with lipsticks I already had. And I also bought one of her older release with a lip pencil, excuse me, and only got one of the new releases. But I think that was partly because I just couldn't make my mind up from what she was showing. And so I haven't worn these really, I have to admit. And most of you who want to buy Lisa Eldridge's lipsticks probably have already, but I thought some of you might still be considering getting them for the holiday season, and I think quite a few of the colours are still available. Some have sold out, so I thought it was still worth showing you them. This, I think, was the only new one that I got. You all know that they are the Velvet series, which is a lot of people's favourites of her lipstick formulas. I actually quite like the more slippery one. So this is Velvet Intrigue, and can you see how kind of blurry it looks in the bullet? That's not my camera out of focus for once. This is actually how it looks. Now, when I got it, it looked darker than it seemed to be when she tested it. She said it was her lightest shade. It doesn't really look very light to me, but there it is on. If I'm honest, I don't love it. I bought it because I thought it looked lighter when it was demonstrated on camera, and I wanted a really light kind of peachy nude, and this on me is actually quite dark, but that's maybe my issue, not hers. The formulas are very nice. I marginally prefer the Chanel Velvet formulation, I have to say. I find it hard to tell you why, and I ask myself, is it maybe, I just like the pretty packaging, because although this is very nice, I do prefer the Chanel packaging. But I think it's just the Chanel one feels a tiny bit smoother, but they're both beautiful formulas. Now, I was happy to, if I could get the lid off, get the pencil. Again, see how dark it is. You can see, it really is a kind of perfect match almost, and you could use it with other lipsticks. I do have quite a few lip pencils. I don't use them as much as I should. If I'm doing a kind of special going out makeup, I definitely do, because particularly at my age, the lips kind of bleed a bit more, and you need that. Now, what else did I get? I think I already had, this is Beauty. Yeah. in my collection. Yeah, you can see I've actually used it a bit, which is a very pretty, I would call neutral pink. There you go. Very pretty. Looks nice on me. So I had that. I think she re-released those, and that's definitely a shade I would recommend. I think it would look good on a lot of people. Might be slightly cool for some skin tones, but you know, when I say it's neutral, it's probably airing a little bit towards the cool because it's slightly bluey. And here's the, oh, stiff to get the lids off. Here's the pencil to go with. So nice perfect match there. Then this one I already had as well, Carnival. This is a more unusual, you can see I haven't used this as much, bright pink, which I do like actually. I ought to wear this more because although it's a bit startling, it definitely brightens up the face. And I think it's a good one to wear in the winter actually. I don't think it's just a summer look. So again, let's just, for completeness, show the pencil. There you go. That would make it definitely last for an evening out. And then, what's this one? Morning. Did I have this or did I can't remember if I ordered... No, I think I've had this before. I didn't order this in addition. It's one of her older ones anyway. It's a very orangey red, which I tend to like. I think it makes blue eyes pop. There you go. That's very well pigmented. I really love these two, actually. I do think she does sharply pigmented colours very well. It's a nice formula. They last on the lips well and fade, kind of leaving a stain rather than off in patches, which is what you need. I'm going to wear this today for my Zoom meetings, I think. That would be exciting for people, won't it? So there you go. So I don't know if this is going to be interesting to any of you because you can see them demonstrated on her videos. See what you think, if any of you can be bothered with this Intrigue one, because I definitely think the colour looked quite different on the video. Maybe it will than it does on my monitor, but there we go. Now, I do want to say something about her foundation, Seamless Skin, which has just been released more recently than the Lippies, although she talked about it at the time. And I was very excited for this because, as those of you who've watched me for a time will know, nail polish, foundation and highlighter are my favourite products. And I do love a good foundation, and I think on all types of skin really, but certainly older skin, a good foundation is a must. It's worth spending money if it really is worth it. So I was very excited for Lisa's foundation because I think very highly of her. And she did these great little kits. I'm not sure I got the right one. Well, I didn't think when I got it I'd got the right one because I thought I needed the lightest. This is set 2 and kind of the second lightest. And when I looked at them, they looked in the pot a bit too dark. But in fact, this one down here is the right colour for me. Seems to go lighter on the skin. However, I hate this foundation so far from these samplers. I think so highly of Lisa Eldridge that I'm going to try and get a couple more of the testers to see if it's just a dodgy tester or me doing it wrong. I do think the clue was in her discussion on the video that she intends to bring it out with a primer, but the primer isn't ready yet, so they're releasing the foundation without the kind of the under pinnings, as it were. And I have tried this with a number of different things under it because the problem when I've applied it is really magnifying my pores. I do have enlarged pores around the nose and chin area, and the last thing I want is for foundation to gather in them because it makes my skin look worse than no makeup at all, to be honest, because you just have these craters filled with pigment. Now, I find most expensive moisturisers, it's not an overwhelming problem. I do best with one of the Tom Ford primers. It's actually a glow primer. I only use it around the nose and the chin area, and it makes my foundation, doesn't have to be Tom Ford, go on seamlessly. But I have other primers that work okay, and quite often with good moisturisers, for example, the Chanel Sublimage, which God knows for the price you pay should be a good moisturiser, a good foundation rather. I can wear that just straight over my moisturiser or sunscreen and it doesn't sink into the pores, it just sits on them. This one, horrendous. Now I tried it first of all with moisturiser and it was horrible. I've tried it with a couple of different primers, both silicone and non-silicone based. I prefer non-silicone based, obviously, and it didn't look good. It looked better, but it didn't look good with either of those. So I'd be really interested to find out if any of you have tried it and had that problem, because although there have been a few quite negative reviews that I've seen on YouTube, certainly not glowingly positive in the way that Lisa's products generally generate very positive reviews, quite rightly. Most of the criticisms have been about colour matching and oxidisation that I've seen. I haven't heard people saying, oh my God, it makes my skin look like the surface of the moon, which is the last thing you want with foundation. So I'd be really interested to hear if anyone else has had the same experience, because it's really odd if it's just me. I'm obviously doing something wrong with this. So I'd be really interested to hear if any of you have had the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin foundation. Not here to particularly diss Lisa Eldridge. As I say, I'm a huge fan. She's a fantastic makeup artist. I usually really get on with her recommendations of products, and everything that I've had from her own makeup collection I've thought was a really quality product up until this. So interesting, isn't it? I guess you can't win every time. So there we go. First one down for Monday. Hope you have an absolutely great week, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now.